Chapter 13. Hi, Mr. Matson. Sara heard her own voice ring out as she crossed the Main Street Bridge on her way to school. Mr. Matson looked up from under the hood of the car he was working on. He had seen Sara on her way to school hundreds of mornings throughout the years that he had operated the town's one and only gas station on the corner of Main Street and Center Street. But she had never called out to him that way before. He really didn't know quite how to respond, so he waved a sort of half-wave in his surprise. In fact, most people who knew Sara were beginning to notice startling differences in her usually introverted behavior. Instead of looking down, watching her feet, and being deep in her own thoughts, Sara was strangely interested in her mountain town, unusually observant and amazing interactive. There are so many things to appreciate, Sara was acknowledging quietly under her breath. The snowplow has already cleared most of the streets. That's really a nice thing, Sara thought. I do appreciate that. She saw a utility truck in front of Bergman's store with its extension ladder extended all the way out. One man was at the very top of the ladder, working on a power pole, while another man watched intently from down below. Sara wondered what they were doing, and decided they were probably repairing one of the power lines that had become too heavy with icicles that were clinging to it. That's really nice, Sara thought. It's so wonderful that these men are able to keep our electricity working. I do appreciate that. A school bus filled with children rounded the corner as Sara walked into the schoolyard. Sara couldn't see any of their faces because the windows were all fogged up, but she was very familiar with the routine. The bus driver, who had been gathering his unwilling cargo from all over the country since before dawn, was now releasing about half of them at Sara's school. He would unload the other half at Sara's old school down on Main Street. That is a nice thing that the bus driver does, Sara thought. I really appreciate that. Sara took off her heavy coat as she walked inside the school building, noticing how comfortable warm it felt inside. I do appreciate this building, the furnace that keeps it warm, and the janitor who tends the furnace. She remembered watching him shoveling chunks of coal into the bin that would feed the fire for a few more hours. And she had seen him removing the big red clinkers from the furnace. I appreciate this janitor who does his job to keep us warm. Sara was feeling wonderful. I'm really catching on to this appreciation stuff, he thought. I wonder why I haven't figured this out sooner. This is great. Hey, baby face. Sara heard a contrived, whiny voice taunting someone. The words felt so awful that Sara winced as she heard them. It was shocking to come from a place of feeling so wonderful to this sickening realization that someone was picking on someone. Oh no, Sara thought. Not Donald again. But sure enough, the same two bullies were at it again. They had Donald cornered in the hallway. His body was pressed up against his locker, and Sara could see Lynn's and Tommy's grinning faces only inches from his. Suddenly, Sara wasn't shy at all. Why don't you girls find someone your own size to pick on? Well, that wasn't exactly what Sara meant to say, since Donald was actually quite a bit taller than either of them. But the confidence that they seemed to gather from always running in packs left Donald or whoever they were picking on at the moment at a seeming disadvantage. Oh, Donald's got a girlfriend! Donald's got a girlfriend! The boys chanted in union. Sara's face flushed red with embarrassment and then redder with anger. The boys laughed and moved on down the hallway, leaving Sara standing there, flushed and feeling very hot and uncomfortable. I don't need you to stick up for me, Donald shouted, again blasting Sara to conceal his tears of embarrassment. Oh, good grief, Sara thought. I am doing it again. I just don't learn. Well, Donald, Sara thought, I appreciate you too. You have once again helped me to realize that I am an idiot. An idiot who does not learn.